Ever wondered how the light bulb in your room turns on? Or how your phone gets its charge? It all comes down to a silent, invisible battle fought over a century ago, a clash of titans, a war of currents. This is the story of Thomas Edison versus Nikola Tesla and their epic showdown between direct current and alternating current. Picture this, the late 1800s. Cities are still lit by gas lamps, and the world is on the brink of an electrical revolution. At the center of it all is Thomas Edison, the famous inventor, the Wizard of Menlo Park. He's already given us the light bulb, and now he has a system to power it. Direct current, or DC. DC is simple and straightforward. Think of it like a river flowing steadily in one direction. Electrons flow from a negative point to a positive point without changing their path. Edison built his first power station in New York City, and his DC system started lighting up homes and businesses. For the first time, people had clean, bright light at the flick of a switch. It was magical. Edison's DC system was a marvel, but it had a major weakness. It couldn't travel very far. The voltage would drop significantly over long distances, meaning you'd need a power plant on nearly every city block to keep the lights on. It was expensive and inefficient for widespread use. Edison was a brilliant inventor, but he was also a shrewd businessman. He had invested everything into his DC empire and wasn't about to let it go. Enter our other protagonist, Nikola Tesla, a Serbian-American genius, a visionary with ideas that seemed to border on science fiction. Tesla had worked for Edison for a short time, but their philosophies were worlds apart. Tesla saw the limitations of DC and had a revolutionary idea: alternating current, or AC. Unlike the steady flow of DC, AC is like a tide, with electrons constantly changing direction, surging back and forth. This might sound chaotic, but it has a superpower. With the help of a device Tesla perfected, the transformer AC voltage could be easily stepped up to incredibly high levels. High voltage means low current, which allows electricity to be sent over hundreds of miles with very little energy loss. Then, at its destination, another transformer could step the voltage back down to a safe level for use in homes and factories. It was the perfect solution for electrifying not just a city block, but an entire nation. So we have two competing systems: Edison's DC, safe for home use, but difficult to transmit over long distances, and Tesla's AC, perfect for long-distance transmission, but involving high voltages that some people, including Edison, consider dangerous. This is where the war of the currents truly begins. Edison, feeling the threat to his DC dynasty, launched a full-blown propaganda campaign against AC power. He was determined to convince the public that AC was deadly. He and his associates went to extreme lengths, staging public demonstrations where they would electrocute stray animals using a C to prove its dangers. It was a dark chapter in the history of science. Smear campaign designed to scare people away from Tesla's brilliant innovation. Edison even went so far as to suggest that the state of New York should use a C for its new method of execution, the electric chair forever. Associating alternating current with death in the public's mind, Tesla, on the other hand, was more of a showman of science. To counter Edison's fear-mongering, he staged his own incredible demonstrations. At the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, he stood on a stage and let hundreds of thousands of volts of AC power flow harmlessly through his own body, lighting up a light bulb he held in his hand. He wanted to show the world that when understood and controlled, AC was not the monster Edison made it out to be. It was the future. The turning point came with a massive project, harnessing the power of Niagara Falls to generate electricity for the city of Buffalo, over 20 miles away. This was a challenge that DC simply couldn't meet. The contract was a huge prize, and the debate raged. Should they go with Edison's tried and true but limited DC, or take a chance on Tesla's more ambitious AC system? Backed by the industrialist George Westinghouse, who had bought Tesla's patents, AC won the contract. In 1896, the switch was flipped. Hydroelectric power from Niagara Falls, generated as a C, traveled miles to light up Buffalo. It was a resounding success and a clear victory for Tesla and Westinghouse. The world saw that a C power was not only efficient and scalable, but also reliable. This event marked the beginning of the end for Edison's DC dominance in power distribution. So, who won the war? If you look around today, the answer is pretty clear. The electricity that comes out of the outlets in your wall is a C. Tesla's system became the global standard for power, generation, and distribution. It's why we can have huge power plants located far away from cities, sending electricity across the country to power our lives. But here's the interesting twist. The story isn't over. DC is making a huge comeback. Why? Because the modern world is filled with devices that run on DC. Your laptop, your smartphone, your television, all of them use an adapter to convert the AC from your wall outlet into the DC they need to function. Solar panels generate DC. Electric car batteries store and use DC for high voltage, direct current, or HVDC lines. Transmitting power over very long distances, DC is actually more efficient than a C. So, in a way, Edison is having the last laugh. The future of electricity isn't about one system winning over the other. It's about them working together. We are moving towards a smarter, more flexible grid where a C and DC coexist, each used for what it does best. The epic battle between these two brilliant minds laid the foundation for our modern electrical world. Their competing ideas are still shaping the future of energy. It's a powerful legacy, proving that even in conflict, innovation can light up the world. Thanks for watching this journey into one of history's greatest scientific rivalries. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the fascinating world of science and history. See you next time.